Our wedding planner completely disappeared on us. How could that even happen? We decided that we were going to, thinking back about this, it's just so crazy, but we decided that we were going to go to one of those like big venues. We was going to get married like in a garden, and we just wanted it to feel different and look different. Like we were getting married, and where we were surrounded by was just the desert, like big Sahara desert, and that's what we were surrounded by. And so we didn't have any trees, we didn't have any grass, there was no water, and this was the only place in the entire city that had all those things. They had grass, they had trees, they had water, they even had duckies in the water in the lake. And so we were like, you know what? We have to get married there. And it wasn't even our first thought. I had a friend that came to me back probably 6 months before my now husband was even my friend. I had met him once and said hello, and that was it. Somebody introduced us, and it's just so crazy. This girl that I had worked with on set for like an acting gig, she had texted me when I went home to visit that year, and she was like, hey, I know you're, out of town and stuff, but I just wanted to tell you that someday you're going to get married here. And I was like, I'm reading this text, like, okay. And it was just so cool. It was so beautiful that somebody was like even thinking about me in that way for something so beautiful in my life, as a wedding, as marriage, didn't even have a boyfriend, didn't even have like a close guy friend at that time. So for her to have that thought and then send me like a picture of the place was like, oh my goodness. And she didn't even send the part where we got married at. I mean, this was like, she showed me like more of the outskirts of the place, of the venue. And the inside where we got married at, the inside of the venue, which is still outside, and we got married in this garden, it was just so beautiful, so gorgeous, so smart. It was a family-ran business. So what happened to us, we never thought would happen. And that's that. The guy who, it was a man, who was our wedding planner, he completely disappeared, just ghosted us. So this is how it happened. We had to give the venue. It's like one of those venues where everything is like all inclusive. So you've got to get the flowers have to be done there, the decorations have to be done with them. You can't use other vendors at all. It's their food, it's their table placements, everything is theirs. So nothing can be done. It's all for the plane. Yeah, so nothing can be brought in, right? They would charge you a fee if you did that, and so they just have a rule that you just can't do that. So if you went against that rule that you've already signed off on in the contract, then they were going to fine you. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, why would you do that, And so we thought, okay, it's their rules. It's what they want. We will follow them. This is where we're going to get married. It's absolutely beautiful. And to find such a place in the desert, that is like, it's like finding gold. And so we went ahead with it. We signed our contract, and you have to put down a down payment once you sign the contract. So we did that. Now, 30 days before the wedding, you have to pay in full everything. Why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because when you're planning your wedding, you really have to think about the venue that you're choosing. Is it going to meet your needs? Do you want somewhere that is providing everything? You just pay them the money and you're done. You've already picked out colors with them and everything, and they show you pictures on what it's going to look like. But then you get there on the day of, and it's nothing like those pictures. What can you do? They've already taken the money, right? I'm telling you this because I also want you to know that wedding planners can disappear, and we did not think that that would happen to us. And that was a hard, lesson to learn. We paid 30 days out from the wedding in full, and then we didn't hear from this person for 30 days. It's like, where did you go? Where did you go? You've been planning this wedding for 4 months. We have the 5th month now planning, and then they're going to have a wedding. But where are you? And on the day of our wedding, we had this day of coordinator who we had never met, he had never mentioned. He led us to believe that he was the day of coordinator along with the planner, which does happen. There are people who do both, and they don't have assistants to take on that role. They actually are that role. So it was just very, very hurtful that he would not tell us, So I'm sharing this because it's a lesson. It's a lesson to ask the right questions. How involved are you going to be in our wedding planning process as our wedding planner? Are you the day of coordinator? I need to know that for sure because you're saying that you are, but how do I know for sure? Yes, we ask the right questions, but it's there's only so much that you can get from asking those questions, right? Because I don't think it's mentioned in the contract. So, but that's why I'm sharing this quick story. We had emailed, we had called, we had texted, we had so many forms of contact through this video to do, but yet we didn't hear from him. We even went by there again in person, and they hadn't even seen him in weeks or something. I don't know. He never explained what happened. He never told us what happened. The day of coordinator was not easy to work with at all, and that was really hard on everybody that was in our wedding party. They all were coming back and complaining to me, and I felt so bad because I don't even know this person. I had never even met her, And so to hear all these horror stories, and I may go into those someday, but right now I just wanted you to know our wedding planner disappeared on us. He was from a reputable venue in this specific city. It's not the city that I live in now, so it's the city prior to moving here. For any that have been following my journey through shorts, you may figure out where that city is, and that's okay. But you definitely won't figure out the venue. It's a hidden gem for sure. Happy planning to my brides and grooms, and happy planning also to anybody that's having a big event or a big party. All right, see you guys in the next one. We got the lawnmower now, so we definitely got to get out of here. It's going to get very loud in here. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times roll.